Senior, you're heading towards Alzheimer's and dementia if you don't stop these 12 habits. As we age, our bodies undergo various changes that demand greater care and attention. Among the most concerning of these changes is the potential decline in cognitive health. Alzheimer's disease and dementia are conditions that disproportionately affect those over 65. However, many of the habits that lead to these cognitive declines are avoidable. With nearly half of those over 85 affected by Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia, understanding the everyday habits that contribute to cognitive impairment can empower us to make informed choices. In this article, I will explore 12 scientifically proven habits that significantly contribute to dementia risk and cognitive decline in individuals over 65. By breaking down these habits and the underlying science, I aim to provide actionable advice that can help safeguard cognitive health in older adults. 1. Insufficient sleep. Sleep is one of the most essential processes for maintaining good health, and the brain is no exception. Numerous studies have shown that sleep plays a critical role in clearing toxic proteins from the brain. During deep sleep, stages 3 and 4, the brain activates a cleaning process that helps flush out beta-amyloid proteins, which are associated with Alzheimer's disease. Without adequate sleep, these proteins can accumulate in the brain, forming plaques that damage neural cells and impair cognitive function. Research has also found that sleep deprivation causes inflammation in the brain and impairs the brain's ability to consolidate memories, further contributing to cognitive decline. A study conducted by the National Institutes of Health, NIH, showed that chronic sleep deprivation can negatively affect gene expression related to memory and cognitive function. Older adults often suffer from sleep disturbances due to medical conditions, medication, or poor sleep hygiene, which can compound the risk of dementia. Thus, prioritizing quality sleep is vital for reducing the likelihood of cognitive decline in older adults. 2. Poor diet and nutritional deficiencies. A diet that lacks the necessary nutrients to support brain health can lead to cognitive decline. The brain requires essential vitamins, minerals, and fats to function optimally, and deficiencies in these nutrients can contribute to conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Omega-3 fatty acids, for example, are critical for maintaining healthy brain cells. They are found in fatty fish like salmon, as well as walnuts and flax seeds. These fats have been shown to improve memory function, reduce inflammation, and protect the brain from oxidative stress. On the other hand, diets high in sugar, refined carbohydrates, and unhealthy fats have been linked to cognitive impairment and dementia. These diets contribute to insulin resistance, inflammation, and vascular damage, all of which increase the risk of dementia. Furthermore, a lack of vitamins like B12, D, and folate can exacerbate cognitive decline. Vitamin D deficiency, in particular, has been associated with an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease, as it plays a role in regulating brain function. Ensuring a balanced diet that includes these essential nutrients is crucial in protecting brain health. 3. Lack of physical activity. Physical activity is not just important for maintaining a healthy body but also for supporting brain function. Studies consistently show that regular exercise improves blood flow to the brain, enhances cognitive function, and even stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that promotes the growth and survival of brain cells. The risk of dementia is significantly higher in sedentary individuals. A study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that older adults who engaged in regular physical activity had a 40 to 50% lower risk of developing dementia. Exercise helps reduce the buildup of amyloid plaques, improves the function of neurotransmitters, and reduces inflammation in the brain. Walking, swimming, and other forms of moderate exercise can stimulate neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections, even in old age. It's never too late to start incorporating physical activity into daily life, and even small amounts of exercise can have profound effects on brain health. 4. Chronic stress. Chronic stress is a well-documented factor that accelerates cognitive decline and increases the risk of dementia. When we experience stress, our bodies release cortisol, a hormone designed to help us respond to immediate challenges. However, prolonged exposure to high levels of cortisol can damage the hippocampus, the region of the brain responsible for memory and learning. Research has shown that chronic stress leads to an increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by impairing synaptic function and promoting inflammation in the brain. A study conducted by the University of California found that individuals with high levels of cortisol were more likely to develop cognitive impairment and dementia later in life. Managing stress is essential for maintaining cognitive health. Meditation, mindfulness, yoga, and regular relaxation exercises can help mitigate the effects of chronic stress and protect brain function. 5. Social isolation and lack of mental stimulation. Social interaction is not just important for emotional well-being, it is also crucial for cognitive health. Engaging in regular social activities, maintaining strong relationships, and participating in group discussions help stimulate brain activity and prevent cognitive decline. Social interaction helps maintain the brain's cognitive reserve, which acts as a buffer against the effects of aging and neurodegeneration. A study published in the Archives of Neurology found that older adults with limited social engagement were at a significantly higher risk of developing dementia. Social isolation leads to depression, which in turn can accelerate the onset of cognitive decline. Additionally, a lack of mental stimulation from reading, solving puzzles, or learning new skills can lead to a decline in cognitive function. Keeping the brain active and engaged through social interaction and mental exercises is vital for preserving cognitive health in older adults. 6. Excessive alcohol consumption. Excessive alcohol consumption has been linked to a variety of health issues, including cognitive decline and dementia. Chronic alcohol abuse can lead to brain shrinkage, neuronal loss, and disruption of neurotransmitter function, all of which contribute to impaired memory and cognition. A study published in the journal Neurology found that heavy drinking in older adults significantly increased the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Even moderate alcohol consumption has been shown to affect cognitive function, with some studies suggesting that drinking more than 7 alcoholic beverages per week can lead to an increased risk of dementia. While occasional light drinking may not pose a significant risk, it's important for older adults to be mindful of their alcohol intake to preserve brain health. 7. Smoking. Smoking is one of the leading causes of preventable diseases, and its effects extend to brain health as well. The toxic chemicals in cigarettes damage blood vessels and decrease oxygen supply to the brain, leading to impaired cognitive function and an increased risk of dementia. Several studies have shown that smoking increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease, vascular dementia, and other neurodegenerative conditions. A study published in the Archives of Neurology found that individuals who smoked were twice as likely to develop Alzheimer's disease compared to non-smokers. Quitting smoking at any age can significantly reduce the risk of dementia and improve overall health. 8. Lack of cognitive engagement. Maintaining cognitive function requires regular mental stimulation. Reading books, solving puzzles, learning new skills, or even engaging in creative activities like painting or writing can help keep the brain sharp and prevent cognitive decline. Cognitive engagement stimulates neural connections and helps maintain brain plasticity. A study conducted by the Mayo Clinic found that individuals who regularly engage in intellectually stimulating activities have a 30 to 50% lower risk of developing dementia. Activities like crossword puzzles, reading, and engaging in stimulating conversations challenge the brain and help strengthen cognitive pathways. 9. Poor management of chronic conditions. Chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol can contribute to cognitive decline if not properly managed. High blood pressure, in particular, can lead to vascular damage, reducing blood flow to the brain and increasing the risk of cognitive impairment. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that individuals with untreated high blood pressure were more likely to develop dementia in later life. Managing chronic conditions with medication, lifestyle changes, and regular medical check-ups is crucial for preserving cognitive function. 10. Dehydration. Dehydration is often overlooked as a potential contributor to cognitive decline. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at retaining water, and older adults are at a higher risk of dehydration. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function, leading to confusion, memory problems, and difficulty concentrating. Research has shown that dehydration can impair brain function by reducing blood flow to the brain, disrupting neurotransmitter activity, and increasing the risk of delirium and dementia. It is essential for older adults to stay hydrated throughout the day, especially during hot weather or when ill. 11. Lack of sunlight exposure. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in maintaining brain health, and sunlight is the best natural source of this vital nutrient. Studies have shown that a deficiency in vitamin D is linked to an increased risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Vitamin D helps regulate brain function, supports the immune system, and protects against neurodegeneration. Older adults are at a higher risk of vitamin D deficiency due to reduced sun exposure and the body's decreased ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight. Regular, safe exposure to sunlight and consuming vitamin D-rich foods or supplements can help protect against cognitive decline. 12. Unchecked blood sugar levels. Chronic high blood sugar levels, as seen in diabetes, can damage blood vessels and nerves throughout the body, including those in the brain. High blood sugar can lead to inflammation, oxidative stress, and insulin resistance, all of which contribute to cognitive decline. A study published in Diabetes Care found that individuals with uncontrolled diabetes had a significantly higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Managing blood sugar levels through diet, exercise, and medication is essential for reducing the risk of cognitive impairment. Conclusion. While aging is inevitable, the onset of dementia is not. By adopting healthier lifestyle habits and avoiding the detrimental habits listed above, older adults can significantly reduce their risk of cognitive decline. Prioritizing sleep, a healthy diet, physical activity, and mental engagement, as well as managing stress and chronic conditions, are all key strategies for maintaining cognitive health as we age. The science behind these habits is clear. Our daily choices shape the trajectory of our cognitive function. Taking proactive steps to improve our health today can lead to a brighter, clearer mind tomorrow.